Well, yes, I'm back. Amani. Traitor Amani wearing a hat to personify the personification of somebody talking about traitors who's still working on her Scottish accent. My review or my synopsis or my whatever it is talking about episode 1, they're going to be brief, okay? I'm not going to get into the nuts and bolts of everything. I'm just going to talk about what happened at this crazy messed up first episode of The Traitors. I've even taken notes. Well, we now know who the 3 traitors are. They are Rob Royce, Candice, she's one of the housewives of Potomac, and Lisa Renna, who I just remember her from a soap opera, but she's really into herself and really thinks she deserves to be a traitor. It is so funny because they have nothing really in common with each other, and when Rob comes to join them, hoping he's with a great group of people, I think it's funny that these are the 3 people working together, but I also think it's going to be great TV. So then they talk a bit and they learn that there's also a secret traitor and they don't know who that is. Ooh. But I have a question. Why is Candice dressed like she's from The Wizard of Oz? Yes, I am back to talk about traitors. This is part 2 of my exciting recollection of the show that is on called Traitors. I'm still dealing with episode 1, okay? I think I explained I'm wearing a hat to personify the personification of talking about traitors, but also because I'm taking my single braids out of my hair to put in faux locks, and I don't want to be a traitor to black women by revealing what my hair looks like under the hat. But now let me continue. So what happens now that we know that Lisa and Candice and Rob are the traitors, and they talk around the well, and they have a conversation, and Candice, I don't understand still why she's dressed like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. I'm not sure about her choice in wardrobe tonight with the headband and everything. And Lisa Rennes has these glasses on, and then there's Rob, but Rob is talking a lot. Rob Rouse has had more on traitors than he's ever said on any Love Island show that I've ever seen before in my life. He's actually, I think, going to be a great traitor and a great asset and great TV. I've said it here first. Now, so they talk about what their plan or strategy could be, and then they find out that there's also a secret traitor, but they don't know who that is, okay? Now it's time for everybody to go on a mission, and they have to go out and row your boat, except for that they are rowing boats to coffins, and they have to find the gold coffin, and they have to take the coffins and put them all into the grave sites of peoples with their names on it. It's all very morbid, and I'm glad I'm not grieving now, because I don't think I would have been able to even talk about what's happening, because I think I've actually forgotten how dark Traitors really is. There's a lot of darkness, but that's okay. As I said, I have faith. Okay, I have faith in God. Amen. So, but now it's just a show. It's a TV show. So I'm just going to tell you. So they go out and they row a boat, and they row a boat, and they gather the coffins and they throw them into the different places. And the guy, Michael, with the loud mouth is talking loud all the time. So he makes himself stand out. Whether whoever he is, a faithful or a traitor, nobody's going to know because he just is loud. Anyways, so that happens, and then what happens is people have to stay there, and it's very sad because when they vote, the people that have to stay, who had the coffins and the names and the graves, they have to stay and actually dig and fill their own graves. And they have the Swifties' mother. They have the Swifties' mother-in-law there. It's so sad because she's an older. So yes, it does make me a bit sad that they have this older elderly woman who is actually a secret traitor which means nothing. Like, shouldn't a secret traitor have a type of secret power that stops her from having to be there with the shovel and all of the stuff? She looks very disheveled. It is not having a good time. To be honest, I may go back and see what was happening when she was rowing in the boat. I also think that the famous figure skater, I do feel that I saw him do a backflip into the water before they even started the board there. So there are some people that I do recognize, as I said, and I am definitely a fan of Natalie from Survivor, The Amazing Race. I love her. Anyways, but I'm here about Rob and Moira, okay? So what happens now is they leave those people there, and then they're driving back in these big limousine hearse-like cars, and Candice and Portia and Moira Higgins are together, and Candice starts to put things in the air, saying that the guy with the red hair, Michael, that is very loud, was saying he wants to get the housewives, and that he was targeting Portia. So Candice is starting, as they say, to stir the pot. So then they get to go back and eat the good food while the people are digging their own graves. And then when they come back, Candice or Portia, she's going on about it to the Michael, the loud person, and says that, why do you want to come for me? And then there's a bit of a confrontation, and then the person who is a drag queen, that I didn't know is a drag queen anymore, but he has what is called a septum, because I learned that from Alandria from Love Island season 7. He says, oh, it's going to be good. What else happened? So they talk about it. It's a little bit of a rah, but it's a little bit phony. It's not like a big thing. Still don't know about my accent. And so basically what happens next is that the 3 traders are gathered around the well, and they get a list. And the list says who people think is the secret trader. And it turns out that Rob Roche's name is on the list. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, so what happens people know now that somebody must be murdered tonight, because that is the thing about the traitors. People must be murdered. And, well, the 3 traitors, Janice, Candice, remember, I have post-concussion syndrome, so if I say the wrong name, please forgive me. Candice, Lisa, and Rob are gathered around the well, because that's where you go to have secret conversations as a trader, wearing a hood like a Grim Reaper, and they realize that there is a list going on of who the secret traders could be. And I actually took notes because I do not know all of these people. So after the hullabaloo that Candice started, and even Rob says more sentences, they find out that the names of people think who could be the secret traders that should be killed or something tonight. Rob Rouse, his name is on the list. He doesn't know why. He's very perplexed. Mark with the Kenny G here. Eric, I do not know Eric, and another person named Ian, and I don't know who they are, but those are the names that are on the list. And Rob is very distraught, and really that is what happens, is that the show ends because Rob being distraught, and he talks even more sentences, and I think it's all supposed to be intriguing and amazing, but so far it is not. And that is the end of episode 1, my review. The Traitors, the Celebrity Traitors, season 4, episode 1, end of my review. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.